Okay, let me introduce our speaker. So one of the things that we want to start doing is maybe at our town halls, at least, if we can't do it every month. At our town halls, we want to be bringing in topics, either money, health, or some other topics. We're going to try to poll our members to see what they're interested in listening to. So today I have Dr. Tolulope Alabi. He's of the 92-98 class set. He lives in California and is popularly known as the fearless investor. He is a licensed pharmacist. He's a stock market coach, a financial coach, and a real estate investor. He educates individuals on disciplined investing, wealth building, and long term independence. He is also a professional wedding photographer, blending analytical precision with creative storytelling. Help me welcome Dr. Tolulope Alabi.
Yeah, good
Welcome,
evening.
Tolu.
Good evening, ma. Thank you,
Good
thank you, thank you.
evening.
Yeah, it's good to be here today, and thank you for the opportunity. And I won't take much of our time, and I'll just go straight to the point. And let me share my screen real quick. Give me one second. I hope everybody can see the screen.
Sure.
Yes,
Oh,
we can.
yes. So, like our wonderful president has said, my name is Dr. Tolulope Alabi, the fearless investor, and I just want to speak about the leaking bucket problem. And this is something I'm so passionate about talking about this year. And I've been gathering a lot of resources, and I think is a problem in our society, irregardless of your culture, irregardless of the country you come from, your skin color, or the kind of job you do. And the main problem is people make huge income, but how much of that money stays in your pocket at the end of the day? So, and some people, they are saving, but inflation is reducing the purchasing power of the money. So, my discussion today is more of how do we stop this leak and how we can build a sustainable retirement. That's the key point, retirement. And why do I like to talk about retirement? Because I'm a licensed pharmacist. I deal with drugs every day. And in the United States, and I think most likely it's happening in Canada as well, people work, some people save, some don't save, but most people are not thinking about the retirement. What will usually happen? And most of the time is the older you get, the likelihood of you having medical conditions or medical needs. And some people believe at retirement, they have social security. And some people might say, okay, I have 401k. But at those time, will those money be enough to take care of those needs? So uh, the core problem is money leaks silently after it comes in, and it's not about your income. We can make a lot of money, someone making 10,000 versus someone making 1 million. If the habit of the leaking is still present, it does not take away the problem. And they're still going to have the same financial indiscipline and financial lack at retirement. Money does not disappear. It just escapes through habits that most of us ignore. And this thing is very common. It happens in Nigeria, it happens in Europe, it happens in Canada, it happens in the United States. Your income can be huge, but the leaking is quite inconsistent because we don't know what those leaks are. So what you earn matters less than what you keep. I can make $10,000 today, but how much of that money stays in my hand or stays in my account? So most people spend without structure and it drains silently. What do I mean by that? Um, I hand 10,000 today. I have subscriptions. I have credit card bills. Someone called me. There's a lot of emotional giving. A friend called. Let's go on vacation. Because you don't have plan for every dollar that comes to you, you tend to spend that money emotionally or through impulse buying. Those are the leaks. More income will not fix your problem. Some people think a lot of people run for more shifts. Some people want more money by engaging in multiple job skills and stuff. But if those leaks are present and they are not fixed, the more money you make, the more leaks you get. So the only solution is seal the leaks first, then the growth will begin. If you don't fix the leak, there's not going to be a growth, and your retirement is going to pay for it. So what are the leaks? They are very invisible and they drain your future. One of them, inflation. People save money in bank account, but the purchasing power in January is not the same thing as purchasing power in December. So your money lose value quietly while you do nothing about it. If you are keeping cash, your bank pays 0.01% on your money. But remember, the banks are making money off your money while you let your money lose value. Idle cash sitting, falling gradually. That's the real truth. Also, some people, the more money they make, the more they increase their lifestyle. So your income rises, you increase your expenses, and the progress stays flat. Why? As you are not saving, you are not investing, your future is going to stay flat. Before you know it, when others are having sweet retirement, you're going to be struggling. That's why sometimes you see a lot of people after retirement, they have to go back to work because Social Security does not cut it. Emotional spending. Feelings make purchase logic would reject. Like some people, they don't plan to buy anything because their friend is buying it. They saw a bag with a friend, they still want to buy as well. If you don't have a tag for every dollar that comes into your hand, you are tend to spend it emotionally without you knowing. It's a leak. Subscription overload. Some people have Netflix. It's not that Netflix is bad, but out of five, six, seven subscriptions you have, how many of them are you actually using? Some people get subscriptions because a friend is using it, or they had it from somewhere, or they have one specific show. But controlled subscription that's tailored to your needs is the goal. You don't want to be exposed to everything just because they're available. Because those little charges, $20 every month, you have Spotify subscription, Netflix subscription, Hulu, other ones. Before you know it, had those numbers, they go so fast. It's a leak. High interest debt. Debt is good. There's a good debt, there's a bad debt. But most people go for the bad debt. How? You have all those stores credit card, you have bank credit card. It's not that they are bad, it's the usage. People will be paying minimum, but they forget that the interest increases so drastically. But look at it this way. You put your money, $10,000 in the bank account. Bank is giving you 0.01%. But you swipe the same card, the bank is charging you 17 to 18% monthly. Think about it. It's a leak. For tax planning, you don't have to be an expert. You can go out there and learn taxation. The first rule of thumb before you get into any business is learn taxation. A lot of people make money. At the end of the year, some people can be a doctor, you can be a nurse. Your profession does not matter. Your income level does not matter. How much of that money are you paying in taxes? how much of that money are you recovering back? If you are working more, thinking the more you work, the more you make. Remember, Uncle Sam is taking a cut. So more overtime does not make you rich. You are paying to the government. I'm not saying taxes is bad, but you have to be smart. So no investment system, random actions replace discipline and consistency. If you don't have any investment system in place, anything goes. Your money just fly like that. So another one is delayed investing. Time is lost. Compounding is weakened. Your ability at age 30, 40 is not going to be your ability at age 60, 70. The things we can do at 30, 40, you won't be able to do at 70, 80, or 60, 70. So the longer you delay, the more pressure you get to yourself, thinking, okay, I'm going to retirement. You want to do everything to salvage those lost years, and you tend to make mistakes because you have a pressure on yourself. But starting early is the key. Whether you are 20, you're 30, you're 40, you have to plan and have an investment system in place that no emotional giving, no impulse spending can take away from you because it has to be consistent. Then lack of tracking. This one is a big one. I can make that 10,000 in a month, and at the end of the day, I only have $1,000 left in my account. Do I check last month? Check my bank statement. Where do all my money go? That's a big question most people don't ask. You make this money, it just go like that because you don't track it. I'll give you an example. There's one year I sat down and I was working too much. I don't have time to stay at home to eat or prepare lunch. So I buy every day. Then I check my bank statement. In 1 month, I was shocked how much I spent buying lunches. What did I do? I made that decision. I have to get up early, make my lunch to avoid that. That's how I stop the leak. Most people have that habit. Buying coffee every day. I'm not saying coffee is bad. You can make your own coffee at home. It's a leak. $5 going like that goes so fast. Those little money that people don't pay attention to, they are the biggest problem. They add up so fast. But if you don't check your bank account, check all your transactions, and see where those money goes, they're gonna keep recycling the same thing year after year. And before you know it, there's nothing left at retirement. So why savings alone fails? Saving without investing is just slowing the leak. Like I mentioned, you put money in the bank account, 0.01%. I give a good analogy. I have two nurses. One is making 60,000 in a year. The other one is making 60,000 in a year. The other nurse A is saving 5 or 10% of their income in the bank account. At the end of the year, they can't, in 5 years, they cannot even say the bank gives $100 as an interest on the $50,000. I have a nurse B that invested that 50,000 in real estate lending, collecting 12% yearly in five in 3 years. So in 3 years, she was able to get $18,000 on that 50,000. See how savings fails, investment doesn't. So savings account is just the holding tank that inflation silently take away the value. But your retirement requires growth, not storage. Don't store money in savings account. Invest your money. That's the key. How do we fix these leaks? You want to fill the bucket. But first thing first, before you try to grow money, you have to stop the leak. How do you do that? Intentional saving. Decide where your money goes before it leaves your hand. That's why every dollar that comes from your paycheck has to have a name. You have your essentials, your mortgage, your rent, your car note, your electricity bill. your internet bill, your main essentials. If you have budget for food, you give them a name. Whatever is left, make a decision. If 20% goes to emergency fund or 20% also goes to your investments portfolio. That's what they call intentional saving. You give names for everything that comes into your hand. The second one is discipline before strategy. You want to save, but you don't have discipline. You have to discipline yourself. How do you discipline yourself? You have to make that commitment, a decision that as the money gets into my account today, I have that set rule. Before doing nothing else, I have to do that thing. If it's not consistent, your leaks will not be fixed. Fix your spending habit first, the investment can work for you. Or else, investment will not work and you keep leaking money. Awareness before action. Know your leaks. That's why I said have to identify those leaks. How do you identify your leaks? Get your bank statement. Check last year. You can pull it up. Go to your bank app or your bank website, log in, download your statement. Thank God we have AI right now that can do a lot of things for you without needing an accountant. Download all your bank statement, even if you don't want to use the whole year. Check November and December. Download them, upload them into your chat GPT. There's a prompt you can put in there to analyze everything in that bank statement without you knowing anything about finances. You see where your money goes. That's awareness. So know your leaks before you chase more income. If you fix this leak, even though if you make more money, it will make more sense to save, to invest. You don't fix a leak bucket by pouring faster. Because you are making 10,000 this year, they give you a promotion, you are making 50,000. You think more money will stop the leaks. No. The more you are pouring, your spending habit increase. Your leaks continue. So investing is the overflow system. So how you turning investing of a bucket into a pipeline and your money moves with purpose instead of sitting still. So uh, your income is the big tank. The pipes are your investment. What are the pipes that supposed to handle your money for retirement? Savings and investing. What kind of savings? Like I said, don't put your money in regular traditional banks. Your money should go to high yield savings account. Even though if it's at 4%, it's way better than 0.01%. From your savings, you can now diversify to investment. What are the investment vehicles out there? There's a lot of them. But one thing I always tell people, learn before you invest. A lot of people will invest emotionally because a friend mentioned it or a family member mentioned it. Oh, this thing is making money, then you jump on it. Are you buying stocks at the right price? It requires learning. Most people don't want to pay to learn, but they want to make money. So your money have to work for you by paying for resources that gives a broader understanding of where to invest your money. So investing redirects flow, sends money to work and growth. You want to be growing your money all the time by investing it always. So your retirement is built downstream, which is your income at the top, branches into your savings, and investing, and both of them come down to what? Your retirement. If you don't have a plan of at least maybe $1 million to $2 million as your retirement plan outside your social security and your 401k, you have a high chance of not having a beautiful retirement. Why? Because money you start investing at age 40, age 30, the value will have grown up if you invest the right way. If you invest in real estate portfolio, houses that are being sold in 2000, the value will not be the same in 2050. That's where you have to keep your money. Real estate, stock market, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, index funds. So, example of the investment pipelines that we have, the stock market, it grows, but A lot of people scare a lot of people that don't invest in stock market. People lose money. It's the wrong narrative. Ask people that are losing money in the stock market. What are they investing their money in? A lot of people are investing in the wrong places because they have no knowledge. I have people that make $3 million a year in the stock market. People make $1 million in the stock market, and they have portfolio over $10 million. Well, how do they do it? They are not different from me and you, but they started early and they are investing in the right portfolio. We have the index fund. If you feel like you don't want to be going too risky, you can be conservative. The S&P 500 is your good friend. Averagely, your money can do between 12, between 10 and 12% yearly. Mutual funds, that's a big one that is very good. And like I always tell people, you want to invest your money where the economy, the government of the country you live put most of their money. In the United States, is the is the defense stocks because the US budget is heavy on defense. That's where your money should go. The second one is the semiconductor industry. Every phone you own, or you hold in your hands, they have chips. Every electric cars that you have or you see on the road, they are chips. Your workplace is using Microsoft computer, they have chips. Your laptop have chips. Your kids' tablet have chips. Nothing works without chips. That's where the money is. The treasury bills. This one is a big one for people in Nigeria. Treasury bill is paying at least 17 to 20% annually. You get your money up front and you can reinvest it. I know people that put 5 million last year, they get their 17% or 20% upfront as they put that money down. They get their capital back in a year or two. But that interest you got early can be diversified into other portfolio that can give you another 15, 20% in a year. That's the secret to wealth. Real estate is a big one. That one, you can have cash flow, you have property um, valuation increase year after year. And if you invest in the right area, you see big move in terms of rental rates and rental return. Sometimes you can buy property and sometimes you might not own property. There's two different things in real estate. Some people own properties that make money, and you might not even own a property but buy REITs. REITs are funds of companies that owns all these malls, all these big estates. You can invest in them without you owning a single property. You still get part of the return on those investments. Other things you can do with real estate. You can be the bank that people don't know. You lend your money to real estate investors and you get return yearly. I know a lot of people that do it. 12% on your money is better than 0% on your savings. So retirement needs flow, not guesswork. You don't need to be brilliant, you just need to be consistent. So consistent is key when it comes to building your retirement. If you do it today, you don't do it tomorrow, it's going to punish you in future. You have to be consistent and you have to be true to yourself. What do you want? How do you want your retirement to look like? If you don't save to invest, your retirement is going to punish you. So how money flows to retirement? Retirement must be balanced. It needs growth. That's one thing to expand your wealth over time. Stability, where you are putting your money, has to be stable because you don't want something that will give you negative today, positive return tomorrow. It has to be stable. And that's how you build over time. And it has to produce income because sometimes when you get to a certain age, your strength to work will not be present. Let's say you have a real estate that's giving you a cash flow of $2,500 a month. That's income outside whatever you are getting. So think about anything you invest your money, will you produce income? That's why people diversify their portfolio. You don't just put your money in one place, you diversify it. That's secret to wealth and a beautiful retirement. But when one piece is missing, the system breaks. If there's growth, no stability, or no income, it's going to be a problem. You want those three to be present in the portfolio you're investing your money in. And that's the retirement engine that you want. It has to be producing growth, stability, and income. So time is the missing plug sometimes. Some people don't start early because they don't know. And some people know. They were thinking because their income is very small. How much am I making that I have to invest? But remember, you are leaking every day, even though with a small income. So your income does not matter. Your starting time is very important. Someone that's starting at 30 is different from someone that's starting at 70 because at 30, you have a long time. That's why I always preach to people invest for your kids early. From the day they were born, you should start investing for them. $100 every month, $50 every month goes a long way by 18 years old. They have longevity more than most of us because the day you have them, you start paying the $50, and let's say it's even increasing by 10% yearly. In 18 years, you are better off someone that did not do those things. That's why I see a lot of kids will go to college debt free. Their parents started early. Some parents are buying real estate for their kids early. Those are the money they take line of credit or ELOC to pay for 4-year college so that they won't worry while going to school and while they are working. Some of us, after schooling, we start paying all this student loan back, but do it a different way if you know the tricks. So early starts, fewer leaks, small fixes compound quietly. So if you're starting early, you are blocking these leaks. Then you're fixing your problem. Then over time, your money grows. That's the compounding. Late start is going to lead to aggressive risk. That's when you start knowing about this thing very late. You have too much pressure because now you don't have the goal. You are not reaching your goal of maybe 1 million or $2 million. Anybody can call you to come and invest anything. You make wrong decisions. So your time multiplies your discipline. That's why I said you have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined with these finances. Financial literacy is not being taught in school. You have to go out there to learn it. If you don't learn, it's going to punish you later. So consistency grows louder than effort. If I'm doing $5 every day, it's way better than someone that's working double shift. So time is the strongest seal that you ever install. The time is now. You can start today, you can start tomorrow, but don't let it be too late. Time is essential. What I always tell people is calculate and make a decision. When do you want to retire? If it's 10 years from now, 15 years from now, start putting plans in place. Every year, I want to save $10,000, $20,000. All my money have a tag. So by retirement age, you already have a figure, an estimate of what your money should look like, your portfolio should look like. So this is the takeaway from this presentation. You want to fix the bucket before chasing more income, build the flow so money moves with purpose. Protect your future with structure, not hope. Have a structure in place from your income to your savings to your investment. Save intentionally, not accidentally. A lot of us, like Nigerians, like me, also, we tend to attend events. But one of the key things I saw last year that is going around, which a lot of people don't pay attention or they do, they don't know, is the syndrome of this Ashrebi. A lot of people do it year after year, but the same clothes they bought 5 years ago is not in vogue this year. Some people go to 20, 30 parties in a year, but you have to buy clothes because it's my friend. At the end of the day, calculate how much you spend yearly. Are those increasing in your portfolio of investment or they are depreciating assets? You want to invest in appreciating asset, not depreciating asset. I'm not saying don't go to parties or buy people's clothes. We have to be conservative. We want to build first before these things. So channel your money into investment that works over time. So that's why I teach people about the stock market. I teach people about investment and where their money is supposed to go. So that way at old age, they can have a good retirement. Retirement is not the age, it's the result of the system you are building right from today. So this hence my presentation. And if anybody have questions, you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I post a lot of my write-ups about finances. And this year, I started something new, uh, which is safe to invest. It's going to be a 12-month program with people. All they are doing is after putting away the essentials, the mortgage, the car notes, the rent, the internet, water bills, and everything. We are saving between 10 and 20% in a year. It has to be consistent, and we are investing at the right time. So it's a challenge I'm putting up with people, and we're already working on it. So if you have any question, my numbers and my information are out there. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you very much. That was a lot of information, very useful information. I'm sure that people have questions, but our time is fast spent. I don't know, can we take one or two questions and then, um, can we take one or two questions and then, if you have questions, you can link up with him personally. Please, you're going to post your, contact information on on our WhatsApp group. You are
Oh,
there,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Are you on the Strictly Susanna